I'm getting pranked more than usual these days, so you'd think I'd know better, but someone just called and told me they were not a mermaid, but a merman, so I'm putting them on the air. Hello, welcome to Self-Help Radio.
Gary, hey, this is Stefin Seaborne. I don't have that much time. I slopped out of the harbor. I found the first payphone that I could get to, and I know I don't have much time on land, but I need to talk to you.
Well, okay, this seems like an interesting story. Stephen, what I wanted to...
It's Stefin. It's a fish pun.
Stefin. I see, Stefin.
Look, I can't pronounce my merman name in English. In fact, this isn't even my voice. I've just adopted this voice and the name Stefin Seaborne so as to make myself more, let's say, digestible. No, let's not say digestible. A little bit more acceptable for you to hear.
How does a being who lives in the ocean know about a landlocked radio show that happens to be about mermaids and knows when it's on?
Gary, that's a great question. I need to tell you something about a book I recently read. I just wrapped up the Bible, and it seems like... Do you all have a patriarchy up there? Is that how things work?
Mostly, yes. Do you not live in a patriarchy?
Oh, thank God. You don't know how lucky you have it, Gary. I live in an underwater kingdom, as you know. Atlantica. Surely you've heard of it from the documentary The Little Mermaid. As you know, people know all about mermaids, sirens, etc., but nobody really gives a damn about mermen. And that's because women rule the society down here. And I just want to go to a place where I'm in power.
So you want to escape your world where mermaids rule?
It's a mermaid's world!
Okay, whatever that was. It seems like that's not biologically possible for you.
I don't know whether I should go to a vet or to a doctor, but I know that I want legs. I know that I want lungs. I know that I would like a scepter like all of your men have. I think, honestly, that that's how it works. Like, that the reason why men rule on land is because they're born with scepters, and we are not. How does a king rule without a scepter, Gary?
I can't really answer that question, but I will tell you that it's not quite a patriarchy here, the same way that it's a matriarchy under the sea. Women have made great strides towards equality up here.
Gary, you didn't hear my whole plan, okay? All I want is a Western doctor. I'm heading straight to Saudi Arabia once I get my stuff worked out.
That seems a pretty solid plan. It's pretty awful for women over there. How do you know English, by the way?
I've read tons of books. I read the Bible. I read the Quran. I read 50 Shades of Grey, On the Road, Franny and Zoe, Lolita. I've read lots of books. The first book I learned how to read was How to Read.
Is the reason you want to leave because you're actually oppressed, that you're actually badly mistreated by the mermaids in charge down there?
Yeah, I get paid 2/3 of what they do, which means, taking home 2/3 the less clamshells per week. It's a mermaid's world!
Not getting paid equally. Okay, that's really bad. But you're out and about. It's not like in Saudi Arabia where women can't leave the house without a man.
We'll never know the joy of childbirth. That feels like oppression.
I guess. I've always heard that mermaids are mean. Like, is it true that mermaids eat humans?
The cool ones do.
Have you ever eaten a human?
Duh.
Really?
I mean, when they fall down, you share it with the whales and stuff. You share it with them and you take a little nibble. I mean, look, they're not mermaids or mermen. They're people. Like, why would I give a damn, honestly? You all eat fish.
I don't think you understand that if you're really a merman, you're the first proof of merfolk existence. There's never been anything but legends. No photographic, no archaeological, no anthropological evidence of them at all.
I think we learned our lesson. Are you familiar with the Prime Directive on the TV show Star Trek?
Sure, noninterference, sure.
So when we first interacted with people and we were like, hey, sup, thanks for dropping How to Read to the bottom of the ocean. It really gave us a leg up on talking to you all and making this a lot less awkward. Because believe me, it was awkward and it would have only been more awkward if we didn't speak English. So anyway, we interacted with them a little bit. We hung out. They taught us how to read. Then later on, we found out that we were like in their folklore, and we became sort of gods for some of the civilizations, and we were like, whoops, and we just dipped.
Well, that is super fascinating, Stephen, but...
My name is Stefin Seaborne. This is my identity. This is my Seaborne identity. I'm a merman who hates the matriarchy and wants to crush it.
Yeah, but under the sea, it seems like it's a mermaid's world.
It's a mermaid's world! Love that song. Is that James Brown?
Well, thanks for calling, Stefin, and if you're really a merman, I wish you luck in trying to become human.
Can you find me a plastic surgeon who's scuba certified and throw me a note in the harbor?
I cannot, but maybe someone who's listening can. Which harbor?
The Baltimore harbor.
Thanks again for calling.
It was a real pressure working with you.